So hey everyone, this is overflowStackDeveloper. So as you know, I'm continuing the series of YouTube system design because I think YouTube is the most popular video sharing platform with millions of users, millions of videos uploaded, shared across the platform on a single day. So learning how they manage this software on scale is really important. So in the last problem, I discussed the overview, a rough overview or a rough architecture of YouTube. So what happens? The user uploads a video, it goes to a API or a load balancer, and from here it goes to a blob storage, and the blob URL and video ID is passed to a message queue where it is transcoded. So in transcoding, three things happen: breaks into smaller chunks, then each uh, chunk is transcoded and then reassembled, and then the same video is replicated across different regions. So here we have a SQL DB or NoSQL DB, but it's kind of detached over here, not part of the entire system. So in this video, I'll be specifically covering about the database, how it's organized in case of YouTube. So I'll say, I'll ask Claude, I'm preparing for system design interview questions for YouTube. Ask me or test my knowledge of the DV aspect of YouTube. So the question 4 is, let's drill specifically into data modeling and storage choice for YouTube. I'll ask a series of pointed questions, answer each as best you can. Question 4a, for, for the core video table, title, description, duration, upload date, status, blob URL per resolution, would you use SQL or NoSQL? Justify with actual reason, not just it has relationship. Comments on videos can be nested, replies to replies. How would you model comment data? SQL with parent comment ID or a NoSQL document? In this case, a NoSQL is much better for nested queries, and along with that, you can also have like counts for each what breaks at scale with each approach. With each approach, I think processing NoSQL comments would be much difficult, but in case of SQL, managing them will be even more difficult. Subscription: user A subscribed to channel B. At YouTube scale, some channels have 100 million subscribers. If users A homepage needs to show latest video from channels, how would you design this so it's fast? Do you query subscription live or pre-compute something? This is classic fan out on write versus fan out on read. Have you heard of it? Search a user type cat videos. What kind of database index would actually serve this, and why would a normal answer whatever you're most sure about? That's usually the most useful one to dig into. Um, for question 4a, my answer will be SQL DB, because videos will be linked to other tables. I'm mean, I'm basically saying what Claude has told me not to, which has relationships, and instead I use the word linked. What are the tables? For example, Gmail. I don't know. So since I don't know the answer, it's better not to answer this. I'll move on to 4B. For comments, go with for comments go with NoSQL because nested comments be can become difficult to manage with SQL, but using SQL, the drawback would be processing nested comments. I don't know. Answer to the other questions. Good instinct will be partly right. Let's sharpen, then I'll walk you through the rest since they are genuinely advanced topic not everyone knows going in. You're right that nesting is the pain point, but let's be precise about why each approach struggles. SQL, you have the comment ID, parent comment ID, video ID, text. Strong, it is easy, self-referencing foreign keys. The pain is reading a deep thread to render comments, C level of replies. You either do recursive joins, CTE, then fetch its reply. Gets expensive fast with popular videos having 50k comments. Documents per comment or embedding replies inside parent docs. If you embed replies inside the parent docs, reads are fast, but writes get messy. A doc can grow huge. Okay. So in case of SQL, reading is difficult, but in case of NoSQL, writing is difficult. NoSQL wins here mainly because flexible denormalized reads at scale and horizontally scale for write heavy. Not because SQL can't do nesting, code instinct just needed the mechanism spelled out. Okay, quick answer since you skipped it. The reason you'll expect video metadata is structured, has clear ownership, needs strong consistency. If a video is deleted, you want the reflected immediately and reliably, not eventually. It's also relatively low write volume. One video is created once, updated occasionally. Nothing like write heavy comments so that they know strong. In the fan out on write model, what happens if a celebrity channel uploads a video and you do try to fan out 200 million? So I think in case of fan out, the notification is not pushed to every subscribers, but only when they request it. Otherwise, it's going to overwhelm the network. So fan out is used for smaller channels or channels. Similarly, it even applies on Instagram and or any other popular social media platform. So I would say let's start with okay. So to sum, so let me explain my understanding of question 4a. Videos are stored in SQL because need strong consistency to know who owns the video, and also they are updated relatively less, so no uh, SQL DB are best for videos. Yes, that's correct, and you actually captured the strongest reason. Strongest two reason. Well, let me confirm and tighten the phrasing so it sounds interview ready. A video belongs to exactly one channel, and that relationship plus things like delete channel, cascade delete video needs ACID guarantee. Okay, low write volume structured schema. Video metadata is written once on upload and updated occasionally. It does it doesn't have massive concurrent write pressure that comment like etc. have. So there is no scalability reason to sacrifice consistency for no SQL write throughput advantage. Okay, so here what I'll do, I'll copy these questions and paste them in my interview.md file. So this interview.md file only, uh, here I'm only keeping track of the questions that I have studied so far while preparing for this system design for YouTube. And in my Excel draw, I'm capturing the questions along with flow diagrams and along with the answers. So here, what I can do is so that it's easier for me to find things. Actually, I can copy the question and search in my Excel draw. Okay, why isn't this working? I have this question over here. No search result found. Okay, I think I don't have this question, but I have copied this. Okay, I can find this question. So what I'll do, I'll just group this entire one thing so I know that it all belongs to the same day. Group selection. Yeah. So let's answer this question for YouTube metadata. The answer is SQL suits best for this requirement. The first reason is strong consistency. That is, um, a video belongs only to one user or owner, and if the channel is deleted, all the videos associated with the if the channel or the user is deleted, all the videos associated with the channel or user will also cascade and be deleted. So having strong consistency, that is the acid properties of SQL DB, is much more efficient and reliable. Now the second point is जो कि मैं भूल गया हूँ क्या है सेकंड पॉइंट हमारा. Yeah, low write volume structured schema. The second point is structured schema. Now each video has the same uh, details such as title, description, tags, etc. and most of those details are mandatory. So having these details in SQL DB is mandatory. So मैं क्या इसका wording change कर देता हूँ, तो मैं बोलता हूँ since it's mandatory, so SQL DB offers this. Typically you go for NoSQL जहाँ पे तुम्हें पता है कि कुछ columns mandatory नहीं होते, you can just skip them. But in case of SQL data, you can't skip any columns. अगर if you are not providing any data, then you put null in it. You're just unnecessarily wasting a column जिसका कुछ use नहीं है. तो उस केस में you go for NoSQL. But here having SQL makes much more sense. And third, the right operation on YouTube, uh, the right operation on video are rare. You know, the title, description, etc. are occasionally updated. Okay, so the next question is comments on videos can be nested, replies to replies. How would you, this is a very interesting question. इसमें second question देते हैं. So first I'll say NoSQL. Um, आई थिंक आई शुड क्रिएट ए टेबल जिससे कि आसान होगा मेरे को रिमेम्बर करने में. So I will say ये डिलीट नहीं हो रहा है. ओके हो गया. So here no sequel and then sequel. तो यहाँ पे एकदम ब्यूटीफुली एक्सप्लेन किया है the problem with comments. So if you're going with no sequel approach, the advantage is that it's easy to write nested comments because of self-referencing. But the pain comes in reading. तो यहाँ पे क्या कर देता हूँ मैं नो सीक्वल का दो कॉलम बना देता हूँ. एक हो गया हमारा हो गया रीडिंग एंड देन राइटिंग. So in case of NoSQL, uh, to read nested comments, you need recursive query such as CTA. You need CTE. Other ways that you can process nested things is using subqueries or joins, which are slow. But writing, but writing or storing nested comments is relatively cheap since it has self-referencing. और self referencing से मेरा मतलब है कि you have the comment ID, parent comment ID and the text. Comment ID, video ID also, video ID. But in case of NoSQL, reading is very efficient because of the embedded document nature of NoSQL. But writing में दिक्कत आ जाती है. फिर you have to search the document, then again you need to go inside the sub document to write it down. So if you embed replies inside a parent document, reads are fast, one doc, whole thread. But writes get messy. So reading is easy, you pick the subdocument, you pick the document or the subdocument to get all the threads, but writing is difficult. But in case of writing, you have to search for the subdocument and then write inside it. तो जब यहाँ पे हमारे पास दो ऑप्शन है, ठीक है, कमेंट्स के लिए ना, रीडिंग ऑल्सो हैज इट्स पेन पॉइंट, राइटिंग इज ऑल्सो हैज इट्स पेन पॉइंट, but the reason they go with NoSQL, because if you take a typical video, it has very huge number of likes, and then the number of comments, most of the time, I have never seen a case, but most of the time there might be case, but most of the time क्या होता है कि the number of comments are always less than the number of likes, and number of likes will always be less than number of total views. तो इसीलिए since comments are mostly for reading, very few people leave comments, so therefore you try to optimize the read operation so that it's easy to find all the comments and show them immediately up. So for comments, NoSQL is used because we want to optimize the read operation, since videos typically get less comments, so writing can be a bit slower. Close, but there's a mix-up worth correcting. You've got read write backwards for NoSQL. It's chosen here. Comments are actually write heavy as cannot typically get less comments. Think about it. Can get in aggregate comments right across all YouTubes are enormous, way more than videos upload, which is low write is, as said, is chosen for write scalability, not because writing can be slow. Like NoSQL database are built to horizontally scale write across many machines. You just add SQL scale writes much less gracefully. But for a different reason, optimize reads override. It's that NoSQL lets you denormalize, so you avoid expensive joins and queries. High write volumes need for flexible nested structure. तो मैं इसको बोलता हूँ कि ये है मेरी अंडरस्टैंडिंग, तो ये करेक्ट करेक्ट है कि नहीं. So what is uh, this table is actually genuine good accurate comparison. You have correctly identified the real trade-offs, and it's more precise than what you gave me a moment ago. Let me confirm what's right and tighten one small thing. Cheap, it's just an insert with no need to touch existing rows. Needs recursive threads, which is genuinely slow at depth skill, correct. If you embed replies in subdocument, fetching the whole document one go read correct. You have to locate the right subdocument and update in place, which is more work than plain insert. So a table actually shows SQL is write cheap and read expensive. The opposite framing of what I said, no SQL wins on both. Your table is more accurate one. I overcorrected. Good catch building this out. What the fuck? अभी तो बोल रहा था मैं गलत हूँ अब now it's saying I'm correct. So one drawback of learning from AI, I guess. The one nuance to add in practice, most large-scale systems, including don't embed replies as subdocuments in one giant doc because a while video comment doc would grow and every reply write could content on the same document. Instead, they use flat NoSQL document, one document per comment with a parent ID, much like your SQL schema. I think ये कुछ बता रहा है कि how you use NoSQL like the way a SQL database stores with parent. So the reason NoSQL is favored isn't read versus write in the way your table frames it. It's horizontal write scalability across the whole platform. Many machines no cross using a flat document. Does that reconcile the two views for you? Okay. So the reason why YouTube goes for NoSQL is not because of read, is because they want to up. They use flat NoSQL doc. But let's be precise. We are merging two different design into one sentence, which will trip you up in an interview. If YouTube use flat one doc per comment, which is a realistic scalable choice, then reads are not meaningful. You will need to query like get all comments where parent ID equal to for each level. So the real accurate reason NoSQL wins for comment is are built to distribute right across many machines by sharding. Not primarily about read speed. With flat documents, read complexity is roughly similar to SQL. You're still doing multiple lookups per level for nesting. So it's because these are with a flat. This is subtle. SQL can be scaled. अबे यार ऑलमोस्ट तो फिर क्या है NoSQL is chosen because it's easier to scale right horizontally across many machines. NoSQL wins here mainly because of sharding rights across node is native to node. मैं इसको अपने नोट्स में क्या बोलूं I will say no sequel wins here primarily because of horizontal scaling on write operations using sharding. ठीक है 4C का आंसर देते हैं सब्सक्रिप्शन दिस इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट if a channel has 100 uploads a video immediately push writes that video into feed. Reading your homepage is instant. Just read your own pre-computed feed. One upload triggers 100 million writes. A celebrity problem. Massive fan out. Don't pre-compute anything. When user A opens query all channels they have subscribed to and pull recent videos live more. Cheap on upload, no fan out. Expensive on every home page loads. Could mean querying 100 of channels per user per time. So YouTube actual approach and what you should say in the interview, a hybrid fan out on write for normal users, for huge celebrity channel fall back to fan out on read, or a hybrid merge. So it's a well-known pattern used by Twitter and Instagram too. So what this problem is trying to explain कि अगर हमारे पास कोई चैनल है जिसके पास 100 million सब्सक्राइबर है and this person uploads a video. So if so you have two options कि सबको प्री कंप्यूट करके नोटिफिकेशन भेज दो तो जैसे ही वो होम पेज अपना ओपन करेंगे तो दे हैव इंस्टेंटली हैव द वीडियो ऑन देयर होम फीड बट उसके वजह से क्या होता है कि एक सेलिब्रिटी प्रॉब्लम इज क्रिएटेड अब तुम 100 मिलियन यूजर्स को के लिए एक राइट ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म कर रहे हो सो दिस इज फैन आउट ऑन राइट नाउ फैन आउट ऑन रीड इज क्या है कि जब यूज़र अपना होम फीड ओपन करेगा उसमें यू क्वेरी कौन कौन से चैनल को सब्सक्राइब किया है एंड देन फ्रॉम देयर फेच द लेटेस्ट वीडियो फ्रॉम द ऑल सब्सक्राइब चैनल नाउ द अगेन ठीक है इससे हम लोग सेलिब्रिटी प्रॉब्लम को तो अवॉइड कर रहे हैं बट अगर वैसे ही हंड्रेड्स एंड मिलियंस ऑफ यूजर्स अपना ऐसे चैनल खोल रहे तो अगेन you are facing the problem on read operation. There are too many read operations being done. So what YouTube does is a hybrid approach. So they use fan out on read for bigger YouTube channels and fan on the write for smaller YouTube channels. So they use a hybrid fan out on write for normal and then fan out on read for big. तो इसमें क्या है हमारे पास दो कॉन्सेप्ट है वी हैव टू वेज टू अपडेट two ways to update video that a channel has uploaded to which they have subscribed. ठीक है, the first one is fan out on right, and then you have fan out on read. But before answering this, you need to explain what fan out on right and fan out on read means. So in case of fan out on read क्या होता है कि you show the video instantly on the home feed, or you show the latest video on the home feed instantly, or you show the latest video on the home feed only when the user opens their feed, home feed. So the problem with fan out on right is so the advantage is the video is available immediately, but the disadvantage is the celebrity problem. Celebrity problem. That is, if a channel has 100 million subs, then you are writing to 100 million users. So therefore it is or fan out on read is advantage is इसका एडवांटेज है कि हमारा we overcome the celebrity problem, but disadvantage is first query all the channel the user has subscribed to, and then get all the latest video. So the YouTube approach is hybrid. So YouTube use hybrid approach. YouTube uses hybrid approach जिसमें क्या होता है they use fan out on read for big celebrity channel, fan out on write for smaller channel. Fan out on write, and then we have fan out on read for smaller channels for celebrity channels. तो एक बार यूट्यूब निक्लॉड से पूछता हूँ कि मेरी अंडरस्टैंडिंग करेक्ट है कि नहीं. Is my understanding correct? This is spot on. Generally a strong accurate diagram. Let's confirm. Video available immediately. 100 rights where? मेरे को ये नहीं समझ में आया. I thought they use FC uh, services to push notifications. Is it for Android devices only, not YouTube notifications? You're conflating two different systems that both get triggered when they celebrate. This is about uploading a data structure, writing new videos from channel being 200 million users, free subscription, so they complete. Okay, I got it. FCM, despite the Firebase brand it delivers, it's good. Google's cross-platform push, no, not Android exclusive. How they connect. Same celebrity problems apply to notifications. You can't synchronously call this up. It's actually a good bonus point to mention. Notification as separate fan out concern, but use the same queue based decoupling. Acha, okay. So the next question is कि जब कोई user so a user types cat videos in the search bar, what kind of database index would actually? Okay, 4D. A like cat query in SQL force a full table scan. SQL B uh, indexes are built for exact match range lookup, not substring or fuzzy text matching on millions of videos. This is unusually slow. It also can't rank by relevance, handle typos, or understand So the right tool is Elasticsearch, something called as inverted index search engine. Would list document containing lookup cats. इसके अलावा एक और भी कुछ होता है. Uh, what are the other types? B plus tree होता है. B tree होता है. I think B plus tree. Beyond B tree, the common database is LSM, spatial index, bitmap index, inverted index. So this is the first paragraph is explaining why it's unreliable, because it does full table scan. Since it uses B tree index, so they are only for exact matching. No substring or fuzzy matching text is supported, and it's processed on millions of videos. Can't So there are multiple drawbacks on using just a normal SQL like operator. So the right tool is Elasticsearch, something called as inverted index. List documents containing it. Looking up cat becomes order of one-ish index. Look up instead of scanning every row. Handle relevance scoring, typo, synonyms, ranking by popularity, view text match, and then video metadata gets indexed into Elasticsearch as side effect, and push an index inverted to Elasticsearch. तो ये थोड़ा सा complicated है. Elasticsearch का part है कि वो कैसे काम करता है in help retrieve the most relevant video. So अभी के लिए we can just note down why the problem with SQL, and इसको मैं बाद में cover up करूँगा. जैसे हो गया हमारा fuzzy string matches और ये Elasticsearch कैसे काम करता है. अभी के लिए क्या है कि ऊपर ऊपर का जितना भी YouTube का how YouTube works, I'll pick that up, and then I'll move to each component in very detail. So first, let me explain why the disadvantages of like percentage. Um, so the entire table needs to be scanned which is called a full table scan. A second can only perform exact matching, cannot handle typos, uh, and also fails to find content based on views and popularity, and second fails on synonyms as for the word cat, like cats or kittens. So here the solution is to use Elasticsearch, which is the inverted. अब inverted index क्या करते हैं? They list all documents containing it and then handle relevant scoring using such algorithms such as TF, IDF, or BM25, which can also handle typos. तो मैं इसको बोलता हूँ कि I'm preparing notes, so how to note this down, because even I do not have in-depth knowledge of Elasticsearch. You don't need deep Elasticsearch knowledge of this. You need to say the concept confidently and correctly. ठीक है, ये तो मेरे को समझ में आ गया. Scans every row. That is row by row. Each row needs to be scanned. Builds a map of the list of documents, so searching cat is directly look up instead of scanning every video. Why it's better? So how it fits into the architecture? On upload, API uploads metadata, so the truth and sends the same metadata to Elasticsearch to be indexed. Search would use Elasticsearch similar inverted index engine rather than SQL. चलो ठीक है, अभी के लिए काफ़ी है. यूज इन्वर्टेड इंडेक्स. तो okay, I'm satisfied with the solution. uh, what are some other things जो मैं कवर करना चाहता हूँ, जो कि है रिलेटेड टू ट्रांसकोडिंग कि कैसे होता है. Yeah, should I go to CD and hmm, चलो since I am discussing about database तो उसके केस में I know ask me system design interview question to design the rough schema for YouTube. Design a rough schema table plus collections for YouTube covering both SQL and NoSQL files based on everything we have discussed. Rough JSON shape is fine. How does the video connect to channel? How does comment connect to? Where would you store the different resolution of single video? हाँ ये थोड़ा ट्रिकी है ये तो टेबल्स के लिए हमारे पास एक यूजर का होगा चैनल्स वीडियोस आई थिंक चैनल एक जगह ही होगा यूजर वीडियोस SQL table then comments views likes I think history भी हम इसी में डाल सकते हैं history and NoSQL for resolution they are stored in S3 buckets. Good start on the split, but few things need correcting. Let's go through history in SQL. This is backward. Watch history is high right. Append only per user event. Every video watch equal to that's a classic no SQL. Same reasoning as comment. Watch history should be no SQL, not SQL. You're missing as its own table. You need users, login, and channels. A user can technically own a channel is what videos belong to a separate SQL conflict into where the actual videos or the binary chunks per resolution physically lives. Correct? That's a schema design question, not just S3 store. Let me give you an actual answer for 4 since it's the trickiest part. Yeah. Then you will fill in the rest. A JSON column on the videos table resolutions. Okay, so the within the videos table हमारे पास एक column है resolution telling us किन किन levels में ये. Find for fresher level easy to explain. A separate video file table better because you can add new resolution later without altering the videos table and it fits relational names foreign key connecting them comments like give it another shot. Okay, ठीक है, फिर डिजाइन करते हैं रफ सीक्वल या डायग्राम। ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे मेरे पास हो गया सीक्वल, एंड देन ये हो गया नो सीक्वल, सीक्वल, नो सीक्वल। तो इसमें आ गया हमारा यूजर्स, चैनल, चैनल्स हो गया, वीडियोस एंड वीडियोस रेजोल्यूशंस। और जो नो सीक्वल हो गया, इसमें हमारा आ गया कमेंट्स, लाइक्स, और क्या है हमारे पास, लाइक्स, व्यूज, वॉच हिस्ट्री, व्यूज, और वॉच हिस्ट्री। सो द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन जो मेरे मन में ख्याल आ रहा है वो है, और क्या क्या मेटा डेटा होता है हमारे पास। तो ये क्या करता हूँ, मैं यूट्यूब वीडियो खोलता हूँ, जैसे आई ओपन फ्री कोड कैम्प।
देखो आज के टाइम पे अगर हम जस्ट 19 में हॉलीवुड और बॉलीवुड लेवल की एआई
Every time you talk to an AI, every question you type into ChatGPT and every answer you get from Gemini.
ओके, सो और मेटा डेटा क्या है हमारे पास। थिएटर मोड, ये तो फंक्शनैलिटी है। इफ आई गो टू कैप्शन और सबटाइटल, where are share captions और क्या है save video stored मेरे को लगता है captions are also stored in the video table saved videos कुछ यूजर्स के में एक होगा जो कि रेफरेंसिंग टू वीडियोस और शेयर का पता नहीं कहाँ पे होगा or just an event of user shares X video high volume append only no need for join just fire and forget event pushed and analytics not even a real persistent record beyond account neither SQL block store same as videos file or playlist. This is interesting when it looks like a user generated high volume data like views but it's actually low right needs consistency has real structure. A user has a list of playlists. Each playlist has an order of list videos. You want strong consistency. If you remove a video, it should disappear reliably and relational structure playlist table. Not everything user generated is not equal. The deciding factor is always right volume plus need strong consistency. Is it made by a user? Playlists are SQL because they're low right structured but need consistency. Likes are like fire and forget. नहीं नहीं likes कहाँ पे जाएगा तो हमारे पास एक और आ गया यहाँ पे जो कि है ब्लॉक स्टोरेज जिसमें हमारा हो गया द ओरिजिनल वीडियो कैप्शंस ठीक है saved videos as watched later are these are nothing but playlist. So this is interesting when it looks like user generated high volume data like use but it's actually so so the justification is to lock in low write volume. A user saves or removes video occasionally. Needs consistency. If you it should reliably show up and stay there. If you remove it, it should has real a playlist has an owner and ordered list of videos. Okay. प्लेलिस्ट और चीज़ें मैं क्या ऐड कर सकता हूँ इसमें क्या है डाउनलोड थैंक्स लेकिन थैंक्स इज जस्ट अनदर फॉर्म ऑफ कमेंट तो ठीक है जॉइन का भी बाद में देखेंगे are embedded inside the comment document. So transcript of videos are also stored in blog and these days auto dubbed audios can be created using AI. So they are also stored in blog. Good extension of the pattern. ठीक है तो a transcript same as caption really the same thing a text file with timestamp also blog so each blog dub language is essentially a separate audio file tool now you correctly add any large blog media content video chunks audio track thumbnail thumbnail extending your video file system asset type one table flexible enough to cover resolution dub audio caption and transcript तो मैं ये नोट करना चाहता हूँ वाई प्लेलिस्ट मैं बोलता हूँ हाउ कैन दिस क्वेश्चन बी फ्रेम्ड हाउ कैन दिस बी framed as an interview question. A user can save videos to or create a custom playlist. How would you model this in your database? Would you use SQL or NoSQL? Why? Follow test if you actually understand your own reasoning and not just memorize it. You just told me comments and likes goes in because of right volume. Also user. So why no not no? What's the difference? Test whether you reason from the first principle of pattern match. So deeper follow-up test schema design not SQL. this is the next question. तो इसका आंसर है we will go with um, SQL for maintaining playlist. SQL is a better solution because if a video is added, we want consistency, which is, or that is, it is, which means the video shows up immediately in the playlist. Second, it is ordered exactly how the user has added them or rearranged them. And the third one is if the owner of the video removes the playlist song is this understanding correct? You've got the right instinct but pointed out at the wrong record. Clarifying. When a user deletes and don't self delete the playlist itself is fine. It's just or a deleted video rather than a hard delete. This preserves the video ID metadata so anything referencing it doesn't break with a damning foreign. The link between the playlist and the video stay as it is. It तो भाई वही so isn't that isn't this called soft delete? No, good thing to pin down. This is genuine distinction, not just semantics. Soft delete specifically means you mark a row as deleted via flag moving it. So the row physically exists but is treated as gone. Oh, so what actually is happening? The playlist videos now points to a video ID whose target row happens to be soft delete. That's not the playlist video. That's the foreign key pointing to a soft which you read time query then has to account. But not deleted at all completely, but just now referencing something that is found. the playlist doesn't crashes. ठीक है. Okay, so next question is what happens if a video in someone's playlist gets deleted by the owner? ठीक है, I think good progress made today. तो next कल continue करेंगे. Thank you guys so much for watching. GG's.